unnecessary aggressiveness out of this squad, and I'm talking about those hot drops. You don't need to do those hot drops. Right now, you started off hot in Rondo, but they have slowed down in a way that they're just having to do silly things. You don't want to be hot dropping. You want to be securing those points.
Look, before this game, I said, I'm going to cut them some slack. We need a more normal game from them before I really judge them too harshly, right? Because bad zones are they're just horrific. And we had a normal zone-ish. Wait, no, we didn't have a normal zone. But we didn't even get to the non-normal zone because they were normal-ish because they were too busy hot-dropping. Why are we doing this?
I'm going to jump in again on your sort of camera shot.
Yes.
Miramar's coming up. So if it's happening on a wrangle, they're hot-dropping the entire day, basically.
That's so true. You're so right. Actually, and I'm not here for it. Stop hot-dropping. Play normally. We believe in you. Just stop it.
I believe in them too. You know what? Let's all get into it cozy here. Let's get over it. Yeah. How do we feel about hot drops?
I freaking love it. I think it's fantastic. I think this is the 6 games you've got to make and do these plays. You've got another 6 tomorrow to sort of calculate and figure it out. Hot drop. Go crazy.
What if it's a hot drop with vitality?
What's really going to get you? I don't know. Maybe don't do that.
Definitely.
Read the game, VOD review, guys. Don't drop my vitalities. Drop right out. They're playing great.
Just please, honestly, stop hot dropping. You're a team that has the potential to make it to the finals, just like OG was able to do as well. So please make sure you keep doing that. And as we're at the halfway point here of PMWC at EWC 26 Group B, we send it over to Barney and Luti. What are they up to right now?
Luti. Yeah, Barney, tell me. I've asked you to come down to the stage because I was talking to a few people, and they told me that you have found out the formula, the secrets to win at PMWC. Is that right?
Yeah, I spoke with so many specialists, so you have to listen to me carefully, okay? Because the secret, Barney, is like you have to. And the chicken, you take the chicken as a spoon. And this is how you can be the champion.
Wow. I never knew that. That's some crazy insight into this game. And I tell you what, for those of you at home, if you're watching and you want to find out what it takes to win at PMWC, that right there, that's the secret. And so, casters, over to you.
Hope they listen well.
The secret is out, baby. Let's get it going. We're live in Paris, France. Man, I thought Group A was crazy, but Group B is not messing around. I'm Hot Jukes here with John Allen. Bro, are you kidding me? What's going on today?
I mean, Irina, what a start to the day, and then Vitality just hitting those games every single time, always ending up in that late game and having a blast with it. Now they're neck and neck at the top, and they're pushing past those boundaries, Jukes.
Man, those boundaries are long gone. We saw, in my opinion, the best start in a tournament in PUBG Mobile esports history here. And we got two teams actually competing with them still. It is unreal. The zones have been going all over the place. This first half has been nuts, and I'm expecting even more craziness as we get into the final 3 matches.
There is so much still left to go. If you can even imagine it, right? That is so crazy that we've had such a bombastic start, but we've still got plenty more matches left. This is the last Erangel today, so we're going to be heading to Miramar later as well. The desert awaits, but we have to get through the grassy pastures first in order to get there. We haven't earned that right just yet. Neither have our players, but they are getting locked and loaded and lobbied up as we head on into the match. It is time once more to see if Vitality can reach that late game.
Let's see if they're going to be able to do it. This is the final air gale. Like you mentioned, this is that place to put up some serious points. We finally saw Nomsham Red Force get their chicken dinner. They were at the down on the bottom of the leaderboards going into that match, but now they've got to be feeling pretty good. What's going to be the next team to get it? We're about to find out. Let's get into it. The last air gale here of day number 1 of Group B.
Let's get stuck right in from the military island up towards Saverni on this plane path. Going to see a fairly fair distribution of drop spots available for everybody. No real big dramas here. Taking a look at those tables as well. Noxian Red Force jumping up with that chicken dinner all the way to 5th place on 20 points right now. Just goes to show you these early doors don't mean a jot if you can keep it going. So for Hustler Crew, let's pick up the pace, you know? A UK team in the finals? Absolutely, I'd love that.
Let's get it going. I mean, hey, we saw Nongshin before that last game. They had, 6 points? And then now we see them, like you mentioned, in 5th place in just one single game. So, when it comes to Hustler Crew, they can definitely get it going here. You can see the top players there on that bottom left side with Axel with 14 eliminations.
Yeah, doing bits for the rosters right now. Vitality, Arena are going to be slathered all over these top player cards. I'm guaranteeing it for you now with what they were able to do. They are looking very, very good. Arena, a little bit less legs into those later games, I think it's safe to say, but they still have done so much. And Horror keeping pace. I mean, in any other sort of day, that 41-point record for Horror would be pretty immense, right? After the first couple of matches.
Oh my God!
Let's do it to them again. You know, let's send a circle down south and see what they got. Because yeah, we didn't get enough military.
What is going on today? These circles have been absolutely insane. And you're right, we're back down south once again. You got Vitality down there. I mean, it's wild to think that we saw a 39-point game in one match, and we actually have a team title. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, since then, what is that? 12 points they've earned in the next 2 games, which is still pretty good, right? That's pretty good. That's like a middle table performance right now. 8th and 9th, both on 12 points apiece. So yeah, they've still done pretty well. But Vitality's consistency for me is really interesting. And given this circle, Vitality are in such a good spot. If it does go south, because they do need to keep themselves nice and cool, calm, collected, and look good.
Yeah, well, you guys got to make sure you pick up that Naruto skin. That Uzumaki event is going on, guys. Make sure you pick up all that good stuff in-game immediately. I'll tell you what, I make sure that I got mine, and I know that Maxman has got his. But which team is going to get this chicken dinner? We can see the Wolves. They ain't messing around. They said, let's get down south quick.
Absolutely. First over the bridge. Well, second maybe over the bridge, I think it's safe to say. You do have some players.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No. They're just going to abandon it. Not even going to try and flip it. I mean, I guess jam any nades or anything like that. That's actually really nasty for the Wolves. That's going to slow them down. The good news is that they are across. The bad news is we saw them do that.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Out of all the things
that's the most negative aura that I think I've ever seen of any team is from the NA team, of course.
Out of all the things that could have got put on screen, has to be that one.
Who was driving? I didn't catch.
You know what? It was nobody that was driving.
Oh, they get caught by Vitality.
No!
Oh, if only you had a vehicle.
Oh, this just goes to show here, folks, at this level, one single. But with a pan!
He got a pan knock. I think that was a thrown pan knock coming on through. Okay, they're not out of the fight just yet, but they are starting to bleed. The Wolves will struggle here, and I imagine that Razy's going to get back up.
Yeah, now you got Necessary all by his lonesome. Razak trying to pull off some plays there. Oh my gosh, switching in that buggy. Necessary is done, and the Wolves are getting destroyed. This is what I'm talking about. One tiny mistake, a domino effect into a straight disaster.
Imagine being an NA team right now, man. Oh, that would suck so much. Wow.
Look at his face.
Hey, he's got a vehicle. They found another. Oh, okay. I think. Wait, no. I'm wondering if Vitality found the flip turn vehicle, the beetled vehicle, and if they've pitched it back, that would be brilliant.
This is what I mean, and the good thing is that Vitality is that this is their drop spot. They're already so high on the leaderboards, they can do whatever they want. They can chase this all the way if they feel like it. Let's take a look at the replay.
Okay.
Oh, what's this? No way.
Oh my! On a moving buggy.
Oh, and
With a headshot.
baby! Headshot to the face. Are you kidding me? That was insane. if his team would have survived, I mean, still, that's going on the highlight reel for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, that's that. Okay, they get some aura points back for that.
Yeah,
so we can
you're
forgive
right.
the flip vehicle. You know, if you're getting a ranged pan headshot,
That was cool.
you're breaking brains and scrambling like eggs. You know, that's fair enough. You're gonna bring the pan to play like that. You can have that one back.
Yep. Yeah, that officially is even. Aura balanced. Let's take a look here at Vitality, though. They're looking to put in some more work. Oh, look at that, though. We're going to see Lupa get a nice knock on to Razak. Can he hit this next one? He doesn't.
The rest of his team not so lucky either. Will be taking 2 knocks their way. Looks like Razak will be resable here. They have got the backup. Axel's holding face. And they do need to send in for that recall as well. Ooh, is having the hovercraft rolling up through the fight juice.
Yeah, and you can see Axel getting those thirsts really quickly here. Kenji, that hovercraft is getting beat up. Still surviving for the time being, but now it's on fire. Kenji has to back up. He's got the UMP in hand. It has to make a crazy play, but that nade hurt way too much. It's all up to Matika.
3 players for Vitality. They should be able to hold this one down. The question is, how much time is this going to take, right? Because all the while, teams are starting to migrate south. They're moving in towards those bridge locations. Vitality losing time in terms of their ability to set up across these hills and may lose the ability to stop players getting across. Nox and Red Force have taken advantage of this. They are now on the north side of that military base. And in comes Ida as well across the bridge.
You're correct. One thing about Vitality, though, is they do have the ability to get straight to the finals in like 4 matches. That is one thing that is definitely happening, though, with how crazy they're playing here. I don't even know if this is PMWC or if this is a classic at this point, because Vitality are just running over everybody. Matika's trying to make something happen, though. Oh, it's actually from across with the AK.
Ida chiming in with a third party. This is the bridge crossing team. They move forward to Vitality, starting to drop now. There's a flush sent their way, a second, and they are cut down to 1. All of a sudden, this bridge crossing is going to come back. It's going to punish them, and Axel still down. Only Razy remains.
He's going to go for the res here, and it looks like he might be able to get it. But yeah, they took a long time on this fight. And the longer they waited, those third parties are coming in. Now you got Ida in the mix. So this is bad news for both of these teams. Dopeness is in big trouble. Vitality, I mean, they got 6 eliminations, and the fact that they're so high on the leaderboards, I mean, that's still not a bad game, but you're right. If they would have just made a few different plays, we could have seen a crazy, crazy match from them again.
They had a big opportunity here to take control of the hills. They decided to go for the fight with Dopeness. I think that it lasted a lot longer than they expected, which is why we're seeing this sort of thing unfold. They got stuck in, and they couldn't figure out a way out. It is unfortunate for Vitality, but going for the fight in the first place, maybe not a terrible idea. As you said there, though, Jukes, it's the sticking around that has really come back to bite them, because the bridge is just so open.
Yeah, I mean, teams are going to be hauling into Millie now. You're going to see Aura having one heck of a tournament. No fear. Gonna have to make a play here. Because as we know, tries to hit that shot, but Godlike shuts down Aura, and they are out of this one.
Up on the northeast side, there is time to res here in stage 1 on the blue zone, about to hit stage 2, and this res will come through. They'll be able to get on the road. They can out-heal it. That's a really annoying circle for a lot of teams. It pushes you up to the north coast. And I mean, it technically still has the ability to go back to the mainland.
This is so yeah, I mean, you guys can see it there in the top right. This circle, just so much water in between them, and that zone could still go north. But Axel trying to put some more eliminations for his team. Can he win this 1v1? He's got the DBS. Speaker's gonna have to reload. He's got the pump shotgun. See what he can do. It's Og. He's gonna do the jump out. Let's see. Trying to make some moves, find those angles.
Reload on the AUG now. Got 10 rounds behind. It should be enough. He goes for it. He's got the HP advantage. Doesn't even need to sweat it. Razy will get back to his feet, but down on 2. The circle pushing out to the east. They do need to start to get a move on now. Severely diminished as they are, but they are on 58 points already. 7 points earned this match. As you said, it's already a good result. All the way up by Rozhok Bridge as we hop on over to Etch as they try and hold it underneath. Looks like they're doing pretty well against 7-2-1 Gaming GS.
Yeah, you can see Fajita's got that nade. And just pulling the pin, scaring them off. Okay, and this is a tough fight here. This is way too long in the blue zone. But the fact that the zone did go up north, it does buy them a little time. They don't have to really panic all the way down to military base. But regardless, you know, you're trying to get a big game here. I mean, especially for 7-2-1 GS. down a player, only 7 points. This is just rough for them.
Absolutely. Very, very difficult stuff. Them and Hustler Crew, well, everyone towards the bottom of these tables is going to look for that Nongshim Red Force injection of points. Nongshim Red Force getting across the military island early on the northern side of it, I think is going to play fairly well for them in this sort of a circle. Given how the lay of the land sits, they're going to be buffered around by teams trying to cross either side of them, rather than coming across, and they can farm up players trying to go for a swim. Let's hop back on board with the fight on our screens, though. As 721 GS lost a player, we saw that on the crossing, and Etch trying to keep them there, but there is a knockback over to Fajita.
Yeah, you can see Speed holding that angle on the backside. Needs to get with his team at this point. There ain't nobody in that direction. But we see the MG3s in play. Masco's got that S12K. That's the gun you want, though, in that CQC close quarters combat. And right now, this fight is still ringing out. This is all the way over by Rosshawk, folks. This is going to take a long time. Now we're starting to see some util get thrown back and forth, and everybody's just trying to wait for that first critical knock.
Oh, Calico should completely see NASA there. Uh-oh, going for the nades. Beautifully placed. They felt like they should have known there was a player here. And that's going to be a big opener for them, but in the close quarters, that SK-12 is going to dominate. And S721 GS will be able to clean out partially some of the team from Etch, and both teams now bleeding heavily. No one having a good time. They're losing players left and right, and they still have to get south. I don't think these two are going to get very far.
Yeah, I mean, this was a kind of a sacrificial play. I wouldn't have minded this fight personally if that zone was deep millie, because it's like, yeah, our chances of getting down there are pretty tough now. Let's just try to get these points. But considering where that circle is, I think they could have just avoided this fight and fought late game. But regardless, that's the decision they made, and that's the one they went with. Let's take a look at Alpha 7. Alpha 7 are going to be going on the other side of the bridge, wrapping around. The next zone did head a little bit heavier into military, and for the time being, it does look like they're going to have a clear path to that circle.
Alpha 7 looking to scout the bridge on the western side right now, moving Carrillo up onto the high ground near the lookout post there, the lighthouse. We'll be able to see if anyone's holding that bridge, which is definitely very possible. Maybe stop off for a little picnic while you're there. Why not? Have a little bit of downtime, but you can't be sleeping too long because you do still need to get on towards this circle.
You got to get moving, that's for sure. Let's take a look at their utility. Carrillo's got a UMP, level 3 vest. Couple first aids, that's going to help them out here. It is still pretty early. Stage 3, you could definitely afford to eat. Look, considering where this circle went, this is not a bad play from them at all. So far, Alpha 7, not doing bad at all. They're in 4th place right now at 25 points. This is really good to see for them, considering that they haven't hit a final all year long yet. So let's see what they can do.
Yeah, the one final there's been. They haven't hit it, but they didn't hit it in a very dramatic fashion. I think that's kind of more the point, right? They went down in group stages in bottom 2 of their lobby, which was on nobody's bingo card, right? Yeah. So to be able to regain a little bit of confidence moving here would be brilliant. Obviously, a top 5 is what they're shooting for, was what they should be aiming for, right? But even getting through to survival stage, I think for them, would be a little bit of reassurance. Depends how heavy the ego sits, right?
Yeah.
If they're like top 5 or nothing, then fine, sure. It's a competitive spirit, I'll give them that, but, even survival is better than what they did before, and improvement is the name of the game.
That's what it's all about. And when it comes to Alpha 7, there's an old saying in the boxing world, as you get older, the speed slowly goes away, but that power always stays there. And I think that's Alpha 7, no matter what, they are so experienced. They're such a dominating team that these guys can get off the couch and I think can eliminate still some of the best players in the world, right? But getting to those end games, getting those placement points on top of those eliminations, that can be difficult because of the 2 recent global tournaments they played in at the 18 games. They had 46 eliminations, only 12 placement points, which is insane for them. So they're already looking to beat that here, which is great. It's a good sign for them, and they got a good position in this next circle as it hard shifts on over to them. very, very lucky. Let's see if they can capitalize on it.
I'll tell you who else has a pretty good position here is the Vitality duo, right? Up towards the north side, they've got Tianba as well as Nongshim Red Force up to their north, so a nice little buffer. The difficulty, of course, for Vitality is they're playing as two, so they do need to figure out how they're going to try and work this ground. You've got TT Project as well on that east side of them. Maybe looking to push on through. That is 7-2-1 GS going down, as they did actually manage to get some of their players out of that engagement, as did Etch, but neither is going to be happy about it. S2G still camping the east bridge.
Yeah, and on the western bridge, it looks like we're going to have Godlike coming in a little bit late. There is still quite a few spots in this circle, so it is going to work for them. And yeah, let's take a look here at this bridge camp. You got S2G there, gatekeeping for the time being. And they're going to hold that bridge, I think, all the way to the end here. Soul King, oh, he spots him. They have no idea he's there. When is he going to take that shot, though? He's going to wait till the last second.
Yeah, I mean, you're waiting to have multiple angles on the shot, right? Especially when you're so close to hard cover. You know that you can attack one or two, you lose that element of surprise, but Lost will not lose on that face. Looks for more as well. The spray strafe not quite there, and is going to find some bullets sent back his way. And Hamzy has to step up to keep his teammates safe. But now S2G are down to one. All of a sudden, the Hustler crew seem to have found an opening. No real third parties on this one. And Hamzy, I think he just has to get gone here.
Yeah, his whole team's going to be taken out. I mean, this is stage 4. The blue zone's starting. Loco is looking crazy as he's on the move here. They should definitely get these confirmations before they push, because it's going to be difficult to get across that zone. Instead, they just said, hey, you know what? Let it ride. We are sending it down this bridge. But for how long are they going to make it across? MCG is up there up top. When is he going to take these shots? Let's see.
I don't think he's going to have the angle to do it. If they break right here, they're going to crash straight into Yangon Galacticos instead. As Smile starts to unload the clip, finds Loco, pulls him out, switching into the driver's seat's not quite enough, and Yangon Galacticos send Hustler crew for 6.
And yeah, that's going to be them out of here. So 16th place, tough start for them. Still Miramar left to go. We'll see if they can bounce back. But this is one heck of a game here. As this zone down in military base on the northeast side near the bridge. It's going to be a hill finish. There are quite a few little dips and valleys that teams can hide under and make some plays in. So we still have 11 teams remaining here. Everybody just waiting for that next circle to pop and deciding just where that fight's going to take.
During the middle of all that, Vitality getting eliminated, allowing TT Project to take a central position here, puts TT Project in the driving seat of these hills. In terms of stopping control, there are high grounds around them that technically have more oversight and things, but they are a linchpin of it. Gonna force everyone to fight around the sides, and one of those fights is Godlike. Ida will be next on the chopping block, and Alpha 7 maybe after that. TT Project, though, steal a point away. Starkin does get flushed out, and now it's Alpha 7 still looking to try and handle it. Revo, will he connect? No, they're not quite finding it, and that's damage being done. Dishing out dead, and Godlike send them down. Alpha 7 standing with no force against Godlike.
Always. Obscure is now on the other angle here, trying to make some plays all by himself, but he's running out in the open. Nice little spray back in return. Amina's going to go ahead and heal up, wait for his teammate, and that's Godlike taking out Alpha 7.
What a roll-up from Godlike. Alpha 7 didn't know what hit him. Woo! And now from the west side, Godlike are going to look to push across. TT Project wanted the third party, but not enough blood was drawn against Godlike for them to find a worthwhile pursuit in going for a consistent, a sustained third-party hold here. They're now regrouping out to the west, and they know where the major danger's coming from now. It's on the west side. It's Godlike.
Yeah, Godlike fans right behind us going crazy on that fight. They like to see that. Alpha 7 fans not too happy on that one, but they're still sitting in 4th place for now. We'll see
what the drums.
Yeah, where are the drums?
Where's the Vuvuzela? What's going on? I can't hear him.
Well, you know what? Well, you'll probably hear them in a little bit, that's for sure, as we get into the desert coming up. But we got this match to look at. We got Tianba in the mix. It's Tianba. Man, in 12th place so far, haven't had that crazy pop-off game, but in my opinion, it is only a matter of time. QZZ is an absolute animal. In my opinion, one of the best players on the planet. He's a 20-year-old Chinese superstar. When is he going to pop off? In my opinion, only a matter of time.
I mean, I'm still waiting for it, though. I'm still waiting.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
You know, you got some real big boots to fill when it comes to Chinese superstars, right? Paraboy obviously is the forefront, the paramount of the Chinese superstar
We got
style.
to see him. We got to see him recently at PMMI.
Yeah, that's true.
That was fun.
Yeah, I mean, fallen off. I didn't say it. I didn't say it, but he's not here.
You know, we got to see him in a little bit of a show match for those guys that missed it, and it was good to be able to see kind of like the old Nova squad compete once again. Now they did end up having to go against the likes of like Rebel and Aurora, and that was pretty dang tough considering that these guys are the modern monsters of these days. But still, it's good to see the OGs of old still going at it here. But you know what? Speaking of OGs, we got Young Galacticos, our previous champs, right? When are they going to get that chicken dinner? They're in 9th place so far, 2 eliminations in this game. They have the bottom right of the circle all to themselves so far. Let's see where this next zone goes. If it does go and head on over to them, they could be in a good position to win this one.
Big opportunity. I mean, it is TT Project really who can decide a lot of the pace depending on where they put pressure in this circle. They are playing now with great positioning, a great position rather in this zone. They have flexibility to try and third party basically any engagement that comes through, which makes it so dangerous for all of these teams to fight. For Yangon Galacticos, I feel like stay put for a little bit longer. Allow Arena and Godlike to clash. Allow Nongshim Red Force and Tiamba to clash on the north. Maybe you try and be the opposing force on that third party.
That's a great plan. Honestly, wait for that fight to pop off, then get in the mix of it. TT Project, though, they're battling it out with Godlike Admino driving right into the mix of this edge wall, but it looks like we're getting shut down here from side to side as Effect shimmying back and forth. He hits the lane, it don't matter. It's Godlike Esports running over TT Project.
Yo, it's Godlike like that, but unfortunately, Arena heard all of it unfold. They put too much into taking down TT Project in the center, and Arena pounced. Yangon Galacticos, this is what I wanted from them, to move in to try and third party, but now teams are going to diverge. Godlike not going down fully there, I think is a big achievement. Playing on with 2, they can still extract value.
This is what I like to see, though. If you're going to make a crazy push like that, you got to do it full send, full attack, and do not waste time. They were able to take out TT Project pretty quick. That's why we still see at least 2 players up from them. And they got a good amount of eliminations in this game with 10. Oh my goodness! Mania taking out Schweppes! Godlike is on a run right now.
2v2 now between Arena and Godlike. Yangon Galacticos now moving Smile in to try and have the numbers advantage. Nongshim Red Force are taking shots from across the way, from across that road on the northeast side. Tiamba just hunkered down. They're happy to be out of it at the moment because it looks pretty chaotic on that south edge.
This is getting wild right now. And you can see, Young Galacticos are starting to push into this circle. The fight has calmed down, though, so they don't have that easy opportunity to go for a third party. But hey, little by little, just try to get some more information. And you can see St. Cloud, he's got his eyes on Mormon right there. Got that nade in hand. That's going to be a long toss here, but he's going to, once he saw him in that buggy, he's like, I think I need to save this nade for now.
I mean, Mormon, with the timing on the reverse there, looking pretty good. He saw the player duck back behind the headland. Knew that a nade was probably being pulled. Then was the time to go. Rotating around, opening a lot of angles over towards the northeast. Potential for Nongshim Red Force to crack a couple shots, break a tire. Could be bad, but safe for now. Godlike could be going do-si-do with Mormon. Spinning around. Anya has a little bit of trouble. Joker spots him, and it's a flush, leaving just 1 player now for Godlike. But they've got deep into this game, Duke. 6 teams remaining. They've got 11 eliminations. This is a big, big match. They're up in 7th already.
Huge match for the side of Godlike. That's going to put them in a great spot to try to reach that top 5. That Joker getting taken out as Young Galacticos are now like, hey, you know what? It's time for us to get some eliminations. They are controlling that south side. They're still outside the circle, though. They need to find their spot on the way in. Let's see if they can get there.
And now Nongshim Red Force are starting to move around. Yangon Galacticos have fully committed to this angle, and if they can get rid of the stragglers, maybe it's going to work out for them here. But Nongshim Red Force, in the meantime, have established a chokehold on the rest of the circle.
Yeah, Smile forced to jump out of his vehicle. That's Mormon gone. That is now the top point sponges in this lobby are out. This is a huge opportunity for teams in that mid pack to try and catch up to him. You still got Tiamba there, right? We've been waiting for them to pop off all the way in 13th place. They have their whole squad up. Let's see what they could do. But like you mentioned, look at that. Our previous game winners, Nongshim Red Force, they are spread out, controlling the circle.
I love it. I mean, XZY up on that high ground position, out across the way, controls the low ground between them. Unfortunately, he's going to have to move here, as is TZ on that off angle, and they have to set forwards. Yangon Galacticos finally take down the last player for Godlike, but they should be so proud of what they've done this game. They have been brutally efficient on those fights. They're on 19 eliminations.
Wow.
Jukes, that's all but 4 of their points right now.
Monster game for them, and a huge bounce back. Let's see what Young Galacticos can do, though. Because now, with taking out that player, they can have some real estate to control. We still got a few big teams here. We got 3 full 4-man squads and a solo on the side of Ida in this match. And let's just see where this is going to go. One last circle shift to go. And then we're going to find out where this end game is going to happen.
Yangon Galacticos kind of corralled now onto the south side. This is what I was worried about, that overcommitment potential to that southwest edge, but they do still have quite a bit of ground to play with, and Tiamba are going to start to look to flex out.
You can see Hyunbin, he's got that AUG and the P90, right? What an absolute monster. This guy's only 18 years old, and he is one of the best PUBG Mobile players in the world. One of Maxman's favorites, that's for sure. And let's see what he can do here with that P90 in hand. That's the squad wiper. He's going to need it, though, because there are some monsters in this lobby still here. You got our previous champs, Young Galacticos. You got Tianba, who by all means should have won PMMI, but it was Nongshim Red Force at the last second to smash and take that tournament away from them. So let's see who's just going to win this one. Rita. Oh, yeah, and there's Rita all by himself. Shaq saying, please, guys, leave me alone.
All by myself. Don't want to be Rita all by himself.
Don't want to be in that shack, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty, especially with Nongshim Red Force bearing down upon you. You're right. I mean, you're right. Hyunbin, one of the most successful breakout performers, one of the most brilliant rookie performances we saw from him. He's looking to try and build that resume, that CV, to become that veteran standard player, and he's well on his way.
Rita?
Moving up towards Rita. He's got a nade to bobble out. Looks good, but only takes off the HP in the meantime. Tiamba getting descended upon by Yangon Galacticos off in the distance. XZY will look to try and challenge and doesn't quite get the full gut shot there as Rita getting chipped away, and they will find him down. It's the P90 to do it, of course.
That's the gun, I'm telling you. That's the weapon you want here in the end game. How about some nades, though, as that is going to be the big bell to ring to get this fight started. Smile getting knocked there is going to be brutal. Yeah, Tianba are going to probably throw all the utility they have to try and take him out.
This is so well orchestrated by Nongshim Red Force throughout all of this. They have taken so much ground. They've stopped movements. Tianba being reserved in their compound, now looking to try and break out. Yangon Galacticos, they are now trapped in the middle of Nongshim Red Force, out of the blue zone. They are going to get pushed by it, and I don't think it's going to go well for them, Jukes.
I think it's a back-to-back chicken dinner from Nongshim Red Force. They have so much control, and these two teams are fighting each other, like you mentioned, outside of the circle. Yep, here it goes. So easy, and it's feeling like that for them because the blue zone's on their side. It's how many eliminations can Nongshim Red Force get?
Yangon Galacticos trying their best to stay alive, but they're 2 players now. Tiamba do still have a chance here, but Eagle is going to step straight to the firing line of the backstop Nongshim Red Force position. Say Cloud trying to stay alive, but TZ's just making it so hard, and they are really going to find it difficult to get out of this divot. Has the hovercraft as well to fade away with the nade, finds another knock, and now Yangon Galacticos only playing as one. Say Cloud spotted out, but has to back off the volley of fire. I believe the hovercraft on about a quarter of its HP and is draining quite quickly, but now it's got a huge amount of ridgeline cover. Romeo gets flushed away.
Man, that just it's like such a crucial wall. Oh, and those nades are disgusting. Dizzy putting that cover right where it needed to be and having this hovercraft right towards the end is even better for the side of Nongshim. Is the final circle here, folks. This zone's going to go down to nothing. Nongshim Red Force have the dead center spot, and Hyunbin gets a Molotov onto the side of Tianba. These guys are completely trapped.
Yeah, Yangon Galacticos finally going down. Tiamba starting to bleed on the low ground too. They are having a real tough time of it. And this high ground angle, TC has been so operative, so commanding in these off angles over the course of these last circles, and is looking to open another can of Warpass.
Ooh, and that's exactly what's happening, because you got another can of Hyunbin down south with that P90, and that is it. It's a back-to-back chicken dinner on the side of Nongshim Red Force.
That is how you do it. Masterfully orchestrated in those final circles for Nongshim Red Force. As soon as Yangon Galacticos stepped out of that middle position, they were like, guess this game's ours now. We'll have that one. Thank you very much.
Oh, man, I remember I was talking backstage with one of the fans out there that was just looking at PUBG Mobile for the first time, and I was like, hey, you see that team right there on the bottom with 6 points, Nongshim Red Force? That's one of the best teams in this lobby. And they were like, what? Why do they only have 6 points? I was like, you just wait and see, right? And I think if you're listening to this, you have seen now, because Nongshim Red Force, 2 chicken dinners back-to-back. These guys have rocket launched themselves all the way up.
Military Island, man, what can you say? It's going well for them. That rotate in to get there nice and early on the north coast, that saw them so nice. And it's a lot to do with how Vitality felt in that early game as well.
Yeah.
Getting stuck into a fight instead of maybe even allowing other teams in the area to hold that bridge for them so that they could establish more of that ground, maybe go deeper into the game. Not that it was a bad match in terms of point scoring for Vitality,
Yeah.
but still, maybe a lost opportunity.
I think I would be way more critical on Vitality if they didn't have such an insane amount of points, right? But considering that they are like all the way at the top of the leaderboards, I'll give them a little bit of slack, right? I mean, yeah. You're allowed to flex a little bit, right? You pretty much almost secured a top 5 in just a few matches, and yeah, 7, still great game, but you're right. I mean, if they would have made a couple adjustments, considering that it was military,
Yeah.
it could have been 20 points for all we know.
I feel like when you're at the top of the tables and you're doing so well, I want to be more critical of you in a lot of ways, right? I want to hold you to a higher standard because that's the bar you set for yourself. And if you're not up to it, what are you doing earning all those points in the first place, you know? Come on, give back.
You know what? That's a great point, though, because if this was the finals, it would be a different story.
That's true.
Right? Because that one little mistake could be the difference between becoming our champions and 2nd place or even 3rd place, right? Especially the fact that we've seen the smash rule come into effect so critically, you know? So, yeah, you know what? You're right. I mean, I think that you definitely got to take every opportunity you can, no matter how high you're up on the leaderboards, just be relentless no matter what.
Yeah, you've got to keep that train going. You've got to keep that momentum. It is the most important thing, especially when you're talking about shorter game sets, right? Where you're playing 12 matches in your group. The single match is so much more important. When you start to expand, as we will over in the finals too, well, technically at least 14 matches.
Yeah,
with the smash
yeah.
rule. It is going to get a little bit harder to stay towards the top. But Vitality will hold that accolade. Let's send it down to the stage with Kalaris.
Yes, thank you very much down on the stage here to get a word from Axel after looking fantastic throughout the day so far. Not chicken dinner just yet, but a third, second already here. Very much on the way to being able to qualify. So first question, based on this, PMGO and PMMI, it didn't look as great for you guys, but here so far today, it looked amazing. What has the preparation been like coming to PMWC?
Jadi tentunya buat turnamen PMGO atau PMMI itu bukan turnamen yang kurang baik untuk tim Vitality. Tetapi apa sih persiapan kalian dan perbedaannya dari turnamen yang terakhir dengan turnamen kalian di saat ini?
Yang pertama, yang pasti dari PMGO dan PMMI kita kayak belajar banyak banget. Kayak banyak hal-hal yang baru kita dapetin bareng. Jadi kita datang ke PMWC dengan hal yang udah kita bawa dari turnamen sebelumnya. Dan kita pasti belajar banyak lah dari hal-hal itu. Dan semoga kita bisa terapin sampai ini ke final.
So yeah, I mean we learn a lot. I cannot go into details like what we are learning, but we are like bringing it here in PMWC. So far we're doing good, and just hopefully that we can continue this until the finals.
All right, and from what we've seen so far, Axel is obviously looking fantastic in the IGL position, but also putting up a lot of eliminations to try and challenge for that MVP spot. Is that something that Axel's kind of looking at, and does he think he can keep that up?
Oke. Dan tentunya kamu hari ini memberikan performa yang bagus banget, bisa dibilang MVP level performance gitu. Apakah ini sesuatu yang kamu tuju atau kayak enggak juga atau mungkin ada pendapat tersendiri?
Kebetulan nggak ada sih, karena dari dulu aku kayak berusaha selalu ngalah buat ngasih temenku main enak aja. Cuma mungkin hari ini lagi wangi aja. Cuma nggak ada ke arah sana sama sekali.
So usually it's not like this. Usually I've tried my best to make my team perform more, make my players more comfortable in their roles. But I don't know. Probably today is just like a beautiful day for me. And yeah, we can see.
All right, well, thank you very much, Axel. You're looking awesome so far here. That does it from us down on the stage. Back to more for PMWC.